Hello world, my name is Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. Story time to begin with. I know that the title is something different, but I feel as if I need to get this off of my chest. Not that I've been keeping it a secret, it just never really felt like the right time. And I think also my perspective of the situation was more of a victim. And while I was meditating this morning, I had an aha moment. And I just want to get this off my chest so I can release it and let it go. So when my ex and I moved into a new city, we were both on the name of a lease of a house. And then one night we had this huge fight, and his employer, his friend, his buddy said that I had to go. And then they gave me 5 days to leave. And I remember being very distraught. I have some video recordings of it that I haven't made live yet. But I remember being in that moment so distraught and so upset with myself. And at one point he said if I wouldn't willingly leave, he would drag me out the house. And it's so funny that I'm smiling and laughing about it now. Like I said, I remember being very distraught, very disappointed with myself. But then my perspective changed this morning while I was listening to a podcast, the Brothers of Legacy. I want to make sure I get that right. And they were talking about why we don't protect our queens. And I was like, aha, there's the rub. I live with the mindset, the philosophy that everything is my fault. And it helps sometimes, you know? But one night I was at my aunt's house and she said to me, "You are not the problem." And ever since she said that to me, it's been resonating in my mind again and again and again. And I was like, oh my God. That situation should have been handled so much more differently. Because my boyfriend, my then boyfriend at the time, who I thought the world of, wasn't protecting me. Not as if, not in the whole like, oh, I need a knight in shining armor. No, it's as if that we are a team. I look at you as my king, right? And you're supposed to protect your queen. And in that situation, but another aha moment that I had while I was listening to the Brothers of Legacy. A lot of people walk around saying like, oh, I'm a queen, like, adjust my crown. I'm a king, like, respect me. And it's like, you're not. You're a court jester. And even if you do think that you're a king, you're the king of fools. Anyone who respected their partner wouldn't let their friends threaten them with physical harm. And now here we are. And I'm glad that I had that realization. And thank you so much for trusting me to tell that story. So, okay. Moisturize. Okay. So, I get asked this question very often. And you know, sometimes I want to be asked different questions sometimes, guys, but it's okay. Thank you for asking me in general, though. Someone asked me, or someone suggested that I should change the name of my channel, which is The Breakup Diaries. It's been that name for the past 4 years or so. It started, and I don't know if you've noticed this, I do this intentionally, but not only am I connecting the dots going forward in my life, but I'm also connecting the dots going backwards. So my posts are chronological-ish. But my channel started because I was going through a breakup. And it kind of felt like a diary. You know what I'm saying? It's like my journal entry every day of checking in how I'm feeling, how I'm growing, etc., right? And I was like, I kind of like that. you know. Only one other, I think it's like a TV show or something, but I don't know, I don't care. But as I'm evolving and the channel was growing into something more, it's turning into like an interview channel as well, which is so exciting. They suggested that I change the name because, you know, it's very pessimistic, it's very down, it's kind of sad. And I was like, my channel is about so much more than a boy, you know, a king of jesters. It's more than about that. It's about breaking up with that old version of Ashley. Breaking up with the story that I used to tell myself. And this is something that I'm like a sponge when it comes to insults and compliments, right? I have committed a life of telling the truth. So I think that everyone else is telling the truth as well. So what do I mean by that? So if someone says that you look like shit today, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I am like ugly. Or if someone says you look beautiful today, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm beautiful. I need to stop fucking doing that. Yeah, it's nice to get constructive feedback and criticism. And yes, it's nice to get compliments, you know, like it feels good, you know, especially when you're working on yourself and you're trying to work out every day. Thank you for noticing. But at the end of the day, I need to start getting quiet to the noise and start trusting my own judgment. You're going to hear the sound of a really large sound. It's just the sound of my mom coming home. She's opening the garage. Don't be startled. But I need to get quiet to negative and positive feedback, and I need to start trusting my own judgment. Because at one point I was on top of the world. I felt so good about myself. I felt so confident. And then I stopped because my ex put a lot of self-doubt in my mind. You shouldn't say this. You shouldn't wear that. And then at some point I just got quiet because I'm like, oh, maybe there is something wrong with me. Because if this person who I really admire and who I really love says that what I'm doing is wrong, then maybe there is something wrong about me. And that's not good. So I'm trying to literally find my voice again. I'm trying to literally not be afraid to speak out loud and not be afraid of being corrected, because I know I say some very outlandish things sometimes, especially I'm a part of a podcast, Everyday Heroes, and some of the things I say, they're like, what? I'm like, you see why my ex told me to shut up? But I can't be afraid of that. I can't be afraid to be opinionated and not be afraid to not think like the crowd anymore. So yeah, that's why my YouTube channel is called the Breakup Diaries, because I'm trying to break up with the old story that I said about myself. One more thing before I go. I said, I think before in a couple of videos ago, that I have PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. And what's very important is the story that you tell yourself, right? If you think that you're pathetic because you're going out to eat alone, which I do all the time. I love taking myself out to eat. I love doing things by myself. I love treating myself. And at some point, I think my ex saw me as like this little weak girl who just needed friends. And it's like, yeah, it's nice to have friends. Yeah, it's nice to have companionship. But self-love is, I don't need you around in order to enjoy myself. And he made me feel guilty about that a lot. And I think that this is going to sound so cheesy and whimsical, but I think that energies is a real thing. Because this might sound a little cocky, but I found that I do intimidate people. And I shouldn't be ashamed of that. My energy makes people upset sometimes. My personality, my smile, the fact that I don't give a fuck about what people think about me, it bothers them. Because they're like, how? And they're like, well, you should care what I think about you because of their ego. Fuck that. Like, I took 2 years of my life to learn to love and value myself. And the fact that you won't take that time to do that with yourself is your problem, not mine. This feels so good. Okay, PTSD. I don't have PTSD. I have PSG. What is PSG? It is PTG. I knew I was gonna fuck this up. I have PTG. What is PTG? PTG is post-traumatic growth. Something traumatic happened to me, yes, but I'm growing from it. It is not a woe is me story. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And I do think that at one point, this kind of hurts to say. God, I'm so dramatic. At one point, I will have to walk away from this channel. I'm not going to delete the videos, obviously. I would like to transfer it into a maybe like a docu-series or into a book, right? And then I'll go into having my own TV show or having my own podcast, and it'll be titled something else, whatever the producers and I decide. It'll be titled something else. But the Breakup Diaries will always be a part of my life. Okay, that's it. Now I'm officially gonna go. My boss is gonna be like, why are you crying? Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Okay, bye.